So I did think this was the brand new Bugs from MJRC, but it isn't. This is the Eachine E708 and it's also called the Cyclone, but the transmitter is exactly the same as the Bugs 3, and I love my Bugs 3. And the only thing it hasn't got is a red button here, but everything else is absolutely identical. The actual quad itself is really nice and slick, really highly polished sort of plastic. It's that really shiny plastic, very nice looking. Brushed motors, and looks like it's going to be a lot of fun actually. It's obviously got a port there that they're going to put a camera on it at some stage, I presume, which will be nicely built in, so that will be good. But this is the basic and the one that's out at the moment anyway. The battery bay area has got quite a bit of room in it actually, and what I've done, what I tend to do with batteries that are shoved in like that, you wind up pulling the cable. Don't put a little bit of sellotape around it, or a bit of insulation tape. Sellotape's better because it's thinner, and then you can get it out without actually wrenching this, because you really don't want to damage these batteries. As you can see there, it's a 550 milliamp hour and it's a single cell, and they've put a little bit of foam there to sort of pad it out in there, so there is quite a bit of room. You could get another one in there without any problem at all, and it's got a normal sort of connector as well, so I'll put that back in there. And then quick run through the transmitter before we get up in the air. It's got no altitude hold, which I actually prefer, because on certain ones altitude holds great on some of my camera quads and everything, because it holds everything nice and steady. But if you're hooning around the garden or just having a good old play, I think with it off is brilliant. They descend faster, they accelerate or basically ascend faster as well. So these are all trims on this one, and basically it's a mode 2, so your throttle's here, so that will take you up and down. And then if you want to turn, or it's called yawing with quads, you go right and you go left, and then swap to the other hand, you pitch forward, so that's this is your direction one, the right one basically, pitch back, and then you roll right and roll left. The buttons on the top, the sticks actually don't do anything, it's all done by these buttons. You adjust your speed here, you simply press that and it will change into high rates. This one here is a multifunction one, which I really don't know why they've done that, because we've actually got a spare button on this side. But this one turns the lights on and off, and then if you give it a quick press, and then if you hold it down for 1.5 seconds, you'll get headless mode, and then if you press it again, it will then go into return to home mode, and then you have to click it or use your direction one to bring it back to normal flying. And then with all the other button is, this one here is just basically gives us the flip, so you press that one and then choose the direction. So that's everything run through, I think. Let's just get up in the air. So it doesn't matter if you connect the quad up first of all, or whether you turn the transmitter on, it really doesn't matter. You get the flashing LEDs, as you can see there, and then I'm simply going to turn that on, and then you see the LEDs have stopped flashing, and then we go up and down to bind, and then this green LED flashes until you're bound, and then once it's bound it goes solid, and as you can see we've got solid LEDs at the bottom. So let's go and see what this goes like. It'll always start in low rates, so well, it's nice and low as well. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, nice. You do actually get a set of prop guards with it, and a complete set of props as well, and it charges on a USB charger in the box if you need it. So if you're new to flying, I would definitely be going for the prop guards, and then it will protect anything that you're flying around and you as well. But that's actually holding really nice and steady. You don't need altitude hold, do you, when you can do it like that? And that's nice because the throttle's right down. It's only about 1/3 up, if that, I would say, to get it to hover. That's nice. Yeah, means we've got a lot of a reasonable amount of power there as well. So yeah, it's not bad. Ha! Good stuff. Lovely. Okay, so that's a yaw in low rates, and I'm finding it slow, but if you're new to flying, that might well be quite fast for you. And that's yaw and roll. And that's called funneling, what it's sort of doing. And you can kill the throttle on this, so you can come down really fast as well. That flies really nicely. Okay, so let's give it a go on the flips, shall we? So simply press the right one. Oh, sorry, press this right one here. There we go. And you actually hold it on this one, I think. Yes, you have to hold the button down. Yeah, and it flips. Not really my favourite sort of thing, but it does do it reasonably well, and it didn't lose any altitude. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just hold the throttle at about a third, and that holds it sort of to on hover. It's really nice. Let's pop the rates up. So now we're into high rates. Well, yeah, that's quite nice. Never going to be a sports model, but really nice. That is good. Hey, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's much nicer. Yeah, and it'll funnel up. Like I say, you can just throttle it right off. You kill the throttle and it will literally drop out of the sky. So there we go, so we'll show you. There we go. And it will recover quite well as well. Oh, just a little kiss the earth. So I always think that's nice just to check the earth is still here for us. Okay, let's try these lights off. So that should be lights off. Let me get into the shade and then you can have a look. There we go. So that's a bit better. So that's lights on, lights off. You kind of make that up yourself really, couldn't you? Then I hold that. You get flashing LEDs. Now that should mean that we're in headless mode. Yeah, and we are. Not a way I usually fly, but there we go. It's there if you want it. And a lot of some beginners start with it. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it to be honest, but that's up to you. And then click it again, and way it goes way into there. Just goes flying back to wherever it thought I took off, which is strange because I actually took off over there, and it went back to go over the house. So it's still in headless mode now. So if I press it again, it just comes flying back as if it's going to go to wherever it thinks home is. So, actually it's not going to. I wonder if I just try it round that way, whether that would make any difference. Nope, it still goes that way. Yep. That's it. So hold it down for about a second and a half and then it goes off headless mode. And we're back in control, we hope. So, we certainly are. So I haven't actually done checked the transmitter, what happens if it runs out of signal, so I will just do that very quickly. So just give it a little bit of throttle. So it's just hovering there, and then turn off your transmitter. Hey, that goes out really quick, that's nice. That's a huge benefit. So if we go out of range, it will literally just drop. And then you have to rebind. Off we go. So I can now do a range test and not worry about actually losing the quad. It's rather a smart little quad, I don't really want to lose it. Not on my first flight anyway. So I know if I go right down the bottom there where that hedge is, it's going to be 80 metres. And it will literally just drop out of the sky if it can't. Oh, it's chased a pigeon. That is 80 metres there. Yeah, that's definitely 80 metres. And it's quite visible as well. Yeah, that's nice. We like that. That's lovely. Yeah, so that was really good. Actually, it's still on low rates because if you lose transmission and then it will go into low rates. It always starts in low rates basically. Yeah, here we come. That's better. That's a faster pass. That's full pitch, full roll. Whoa! Whoa! Couldn't get enough turn. I should have just throttled off. This is my checking that it's tree worthy. Definitely. Yeah, what I was trying to do was just come back up fast and then turn like that. Lovely, it's nice. Yeah, so good range, good for beginners I would say. Nice flyer. Not too fast in any of the rates. So it's only got two rates, it's high and low rates. So it's really smart. I mean personally I could do with a bit more roll and certainly a bit more yaw, because that's in high rates, sorry, that's the yaw. So let me just bring that down so it's there. So it's not very fast on the yaw, but certainly fast enough if you're new to flying. Let me just drop that. That's yaw in low rate, so you can see the difference there. Let me show you the pitch and roll. So roll, that's in low rates. and that's in high rates. You saw it kick in there. I'm wondering whether it can manually flip. I don't have to do it on everything, I know. I can hear people saying it, but hey, if it'll do it and I haven't got the altitude hold, we'll give it a go. That's a pretty good little quad so far. No, it won't flip. Yeah, just about flip. Oh, it really struggles though. Hey, it's a good little quad. I think it's almost, whoa. Whee! That earth kiss. Ah, now we've got flashing LEDs. There we go, yeah, it does flip manually. Just got to give it a bit of welly and make sure you definitely kill that throttle right off. That's all it needs. There's a slight wind in the garden, breeze in the garden now. That's certainly helping it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it definitely manually flips. There we go. Yeah, she's fine. Whoa, there we go. Whoa. Cool. Oh, no. Not too sure what happened there. Lovely. This is a nice little flyer. There we go. So the battery's literally run out. I don't suggest you do this, I only do it on the reviews just to see how long we get with low battery warnings. But yeah, that's really gone now. I won't run it any lower, otherwise you can damage the LiPo. I suggest you bring it into land as soon as you get the low battery warning. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, so what did I think of it? Well, initially a little bit disappointed because it's not the brand new Bugs quad, but the quad that it's aimed at and the quad that it is absolutely superb. Yeah, I'll put a link down in the description so you can go and have a look at my Bugs 3 reviews, and you'll see why I was quite excited if there was a new one out and I was going to get to play with it. It's a brushless quad and it's got loads of extra in comparison to what this one can do. But having said that, this is a really nice quad to fly. And the transmitter is exactly the same. So as you saw, we got over 80 meters. I mean, that's really good off something like this. I was well impressed with it. It would probably go further, but I tend to find I fly closer because of my garden and my environment, and I don't actually get much enjoyment of just flying miles and miles away if I haven't got a very good FPV system on it. And to me, it's just a little speck in the distance. You don't get any impression of speed or anything. So that's just my personal thing. If you want full range, this probably does further, but it's quite a small quad to be doing that sort of stuff with. The transmitter, like I said, absolutely superb. All the buttons worked, everything worked, really nice. It's comfortable in the hand as well. The actual quad itself flew well. I wish it had another bit more power or went up into a higher rate. That would give it, you know, really would just give it the edge then, and you could really do a lot more with it. Just needs a little bit more guts for me, but certainly if you're a beginner, this would be great. If you're a beginner, it does come with 4 prop guards, so you just simply pop these on here. You get the screws with them as well. Screw it into position, and then even if you go up on a ceiling, that'll be absolutely fine, and your props aren't going to damage anything if you're flying it indoors. And if you bump into anything sideways, it's not going to damage either. They just pop on and off, and like I say, just held with a screw there. You get a complete set, another set of spare props. You get a 550 milliamp hour single cell, as I said before, and here's the little charger for it. So you've got a USB charger, so you can charge it in the car, mains adapter, or into your computer. And I'll put links down in the description. You can buy these either singly, or you can buy a pack of 5 for about £10. So they're really handy to have because it just keeps you in the air a bit longer. If you are swapping from battery to battery, just give it a minute or so just to let the motors cool down a wee bit. Running it constantly all the time, you're likely to burn out a motor. Didn't have any issues with it at all, actually. I had a couple of little knocks with it and little bumps when I was playing around, and it's absolutely fine, no problem at all. It's quite a robust little thing. It's not hugely solid, but I quite like them when they've got a little bit of flex in them, because then if it hits anything it really doesn't damage, and the props are nice and flexible.